Hey everybody, this is Robert Weston with a short little video on how to grade online submissions of final exams. I'll be talking about having students submit their work either through some kind of learning management system like Canvas, maybe an online homework tool like WAMAP or MyOpenMath, and then how do we just literally organize our screens? How do we do this in a way that's not going to, kind of make us cross-eyed? This video is not going to go over grading work final exams that you've asked students to submit just through paper, just by taking photos or scans and emailing it to you. That process for me is a little bit different, and I'd be happy to share what that looks like in a different video. But for now, we're just going to go through, great, we wrote our final exams in Canvas or some other online homework system, and now we have to figure out, I have to look at their work here, their submissions, and also their paperwork. So what does that look like? Well, first, getting the files and organizing them. I would recommend downloading students' files by having kind of organized folders. So here, for all my classes, I have these kind of general folders. Under exams, I would write final work submissions, and then have their last names here in these different folders. So each student gets a folder, and you just download all of their files here, right? That way you can then open them up, and using Windows kind of picture viewer, you can kind of see there's this little arrow here, and you can kind of flip back and forth and figure out, okay, where is their question, what's their work, yada yada yada. So if you have all of their submissions here, right, you have to review them. You would hit SpeedGrader to do that. For FERPA compliance, I'm actually having a little screenshot here of the student work. So just pretend this is all one big browser of this material. And now we have to go in and actually grade, right, the questions, the essay questions or short answer questions that we've had them answer. Or what I really focus on is partial credit. If for whatever reason Canvas said you got 0 out of whatever points, and I see on your work that a student has done some amount of partial credit, they show some kind of computational skills or conceptual understanding, I will award them partial credit on my own rubric. That's a more pedagogical discussion I'm not going to worry about right now, but how do you kind of organize this? So one little kind of tool I think in Windows many people don't know about is that you can snap your windows to the different quadrants of the screen. So if you just hold this, you can see this on my webcam over here as well. If you kind of like hold this window with your left mouse button and then just snap it to this side, if you let go, it'll just snap this half here. So I generally like to have the student work here. Remember, this is a screenshot. You'll actually have the full window here as the browser. And so this is a really nice way just to compare them, right? To say, hey, here's the student work, here's this. Notice in the Windows picture viewer, you can kind of like scroll in by holding the control button and just going on the mouse wheel right in a little bit. I also like just to have the folder view available. So what I generally do is, so we did kind of the snap screen. You can also tell Windows to kind of use the window under like a quarter or so. So if I hit window and the arrow up, right, you can see it's now a quarter of this screen. If I hit up again, it'll do the full screen here, right? So there's just kind of different configurations that you can do. Whatever works for you is best. I hit the left arrow, kind of move it all over, and then if I hit up again, you kind of play with it just a little bit. So I hit left twice and up once just now. If I let go of the windows, it'll ask, okay, do you want another window to be a quarter of the screen? I like seeing the files here, and so what I'll generally do is actually make this window larger and then make this window smaller. And so I can just see the files there. So this is my setup. This is what it looks like when I grade questions. Notice these questions and this work are totally different, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I think this is a really nice way of kind of going through this work. Additionally, in WAMAP, you can do the same, or MyOpenMath. If you hit window and left arrow, it'll actually just snap to the left side of the screen, and then up. You can see it did this kind of quarter-ish. Because I resized the window before, it'll actually just kind of resize to what it was. So from here, I'll just go in and kind of compare the students' work, compare what they entered here. OneMap has a nice feature, MyMath has this nice feature of showing the answer. So you can kind of compare, okay, was it a rounding issue? Did they really not understand the big idea, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, this is a short little video just to talk about like how I organize my materials now that we have all this stuff. What do we do with it all? And if you have any questions, let me know. Post a comment below or email me if you can. All right, thanks a lot and good luck.